We are live. My name is Shane Lukas, owner and creative strategist for A Great Idea. My pronouns are he, him, and his, and I am passionate about great brand storytelling. Thank you for joining me for this short burst of tips and talk. I'll keep it short and sweet. If you have questions, please feel free to put them in the box here, add them in the comments, or send me a message. Now, on to today's talk. Transparency. Brand transparency sounds like a buzzword, and for a lot of companies, that's what it's been, a sales pitch. To talk transparency and to walk transparency are two different things, and today we'll dig into it, and I'll share some tips of what you can do to increase your brand transparency. Now, when I say brand transparency, what do you think of? Sharing your pricing structure, bringing the audience backstage, showing the people how the donuts get made. It's kind of. It's also a little bit more than that. Jamie Lee of Admiral sums it up by saying, brand transparency is maintaining open, honest, and accessible communications with your stakeholders, internal and external. Well, this includes the good, like a manufacturing company sharing its process when it promotes sustainability, and the challenging, like that scary email about a security breach. Ouch. Does transparency matter? Well, the data says so. A 2016 study from Label Insight reveals that 78% of customers consider brand transparency to be very important, with 70% devoting extra time to finding out more about the companies and organizations they interact with. Well, from that same study, nearly 40% of consumers said they'd switch to a brand that is more transparent, while 73% said they would pay more for products that promise total transparency. Do consumers think transparency is important? Well, that answer is pretty clear. Get it? Okay, so why does transparency matter? Trust. You see, only 34% of consumers say they trust the brands they use, so many of us are total skeptics. Guilty. But 94% of people are likely to be more loyal to brands that offer complete transparency. See, once we're in, we're in. And you cannot build a quality relationship with your audience without trust. And it's not just about the story you tell. Here's the thing. Your audience knows how the Google works, and they are skeptics, right? Like me, like you. It doesn't take long for reviews, social media, and the technoscape to expose and punish a company or organization for hypocrisy or attempting to hide information. I mean, just this week, our family friend for pizza, Chuck E. Cheese, seemed to be bypassing their reputation for substandard fare by quietly launching Pasquale's Pizza and Subs under the radar to those Grubhub users stuck at home. And they apparently knew from the first bite that it was from the Chuck. How? No idea, but it really got awkward. So when consumers uncover negative information you didn't share, they are not likely to give that trust back to you because consumers want to make a connection, not just to your service or product, but to you. The right amount of brand transparency elevates the humanity of your brand. It also provides tools for your advocates to not only share, but to interact with your story. What can you do to build transparency into your organization or business? Well, here's a few tips. First, be real. Tell a story that's true, that lifts your successes and acknowledges the challenges. Let your most difficult challenges be a mountain to conquer with your audience by your side. Bonnie Harris of Wax Marketing recently shared that it can seem painful, but public honesty and complete brand transparency about losses, security breaches, decreased sale numbers, they're the best way to build consumer trust and brand reputation. Second, go live, but balance out that exposure. Making conscious choices in how you open your door is important because connecting with consumers is critical, and so is the safety and well-being of your team. Bringing live social media and behind-the-scenes experiences are incredible tools and must be done in collaboration with your team and in conversation with your audience. Third, promote honest feedback and respond swiftly. There's nothing that gets a universal thumbs up except maybe birthday cake or Baby Yoda. So make space for that pushback or criticism. One place I love to see companies excel is when they respond quickly and respectfully to critique and problems to show they're listening. And what do all these things do? They build trust and credibility in your brand by increasing that transparency. And while it can feel vulnerable to expose challenges, failures, or goofs, if your brand story is clear to your audience will share that experience with you. All right, well, that's our time. If you have questions, please leave them below or reach out to me directly. Again, I'm Shane Lukas, and thank you for tuning in today for Live for 5. And I look forward to sharing future episodes with you. You can find us through many of our social channels. That's A Great Idea Co. at Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Or you can find us online at agreatidea.co, where we'll share inspiration to keep creativity flowing, updates, and more. All right? Now get out there and get creative.